disturbing. It is 2 o'clock right now. I don't even know which part of Central Park I'm at because it's all, I mean, you can't see shit. The sky is orange. I picked a very bad time to do some photography and get some shots. I mean, it's 2 o'clock and it looks like the beginning of Mad Max. This is very disturbing.
This is fucking crazy. New York City, air quality hits dangerous levels.
A lot of folks there.
Jesus motherfucker.
They certainly didn't plan on this happening.
Not at all, man. Not at all.
Hold on. We'd love to hear what
this is
people
fucking
are saying.
crazy.
Air quality index, safe, normal, is 50. Parts of our state have seen a level of over 400 in the last 24 hours, and that is a dangerous situation. I can give you updates. We have some of the high areas. Brooklyn in the last hour was at 413. This is, again, safe level is 50. This is 415. Health warnings for everyone. The entire population is likely to be affected. Queens, right behind Brooklyn. So we're seeing these effects. That's 407 in the Queens area. That's an 800% increase over what is safe. And this is why we're very concerned. It has an immediate impact on people's health. Irritation to the eyes, the nose, breathing, coughing, and even shortness of breath. So our message right now is going to be reiterated multiple times because it is simply stay indoors. Also, to protect people, we believe that the N95 mask is an important way that people can protect, stop the air particles from getting into their lungs. That is why I'm announcing we are making available 1 million N95 masks to be made available at state facilities. We have over 400,000 distributed to members of the public at state parks, MTA stations, Javits Center, Port Authority, and bus terminal, and anywhere else people need them. As we all know,
I love you, young Chuck. I love you too, old Chuck.
Hey there, I'm meteorologist Erin Thomas from the WMZ Weather Center, and this is The Breakdown. Now, we've all heard of acid rain, but what actually is it? How does it form? And what are the harmful effects that it brings to our environment? So, acid rain, it doesn't have to be rain at all. In fact, that term is used to describe any form of precipitation that does include acidic qualities to it. So this can be wet precipitation like rain, sleet, snow, or fog. And then there's also dry precipitation, which includes gases and dust particles. So here's a look at our pH scale, ranging from 0 being the most acidic to 14 being the most basic. And right in between, you've got pH 7, and that is considered neutral. So the lower that pH number, the more acidic it is, and that also means the more damage it can do. So what actually causes this acid rain? It's caused by a chemical reaction when there's sulfur and nitrogen oxides that are released into the air. Now, there's human activities that, of course, can produce that, but there's also natural sources as well, like a volcano, for example. So either way, these substances, they're released high into the atmosphere, and then they mix with water, oxygen, and other chemicals, and this forms acidic pollutants, otherwise known as acid rain. And when they fall back to Earth, that's where we see some damage to our environment. But there's also some health concerns as well, especially if you struggle from respiratory illnesses. You're breathing in these acidic air particles that can cause you some issues. It is extremely harmful to lakes and forests. I mean, it could kill our fish and other aquatic life in our waterways. And then it also strips trees of nutrients. Take a look at this image from the U.S. Geological Survey where these trees have lost all their foliage and they're just barren as a result of the harmful effects of acid rain. So what's being done to help prevent this, or at least regulate it? There are regulations and new technologies that have been developed to help reduce acid rain. We've got the Environmental Protection Agency that has an acid rain program, and what this does is actually limits the amount of sulfur dioxides that plants are legally allowed to put into the air. The clean
So I just want to reach out and explain another topic here, or another post that I saw today, I think is really important as well. This guy's name is Adam Gertner, and you can find him on Twitter at Very Virology. He wrote this yesterday at at night, like 6:30 p.m. is when he posted this on to Twitter. But he has a Substack, Very Virology Substack as well. So veryvirology.substack. But this is what he says, and it's very important. He goes, the entire eastern seaboard of the U.S. may soon be pervasively contaminated by carcinogenic vinyl chloride and other toxic chemical waste. He goes, I've spent days collecting limited data and agonizing over whether to publish this. This is my warning. I pray that I'm wrong. So he goes on the further right. There are 250 million people living to the east of the Mississippi River, and considering the rate at which it is progressively moving south with the water and east of the winds, every single person at the entire eastern seaboard may have only a few more days to leave before they're exposed to a lethal concentration of vinyl chloride. Everybody in the areas which have received acid rain have already been exposed and will likely develop extensive cancers within the coming few months. He goes on to say, I will just say, if you live anywhere east of the Mississippi River, in my humble opinion, leave. Maybe plan to come back in a couple of weeks. The magnitude of this will be more evident by that time. We have been at war for the last 3 years, and somebody may have just landed the killing blow with an utterly, historically unprecedented chemical weapons attack.
I saw and smelled something that has never impacted us on this scale before. Even as I was out walking the streets, clearly we knew something was happening that was beyond normal. The screenshots really show you the mist and the clouds that was over our city. We had dangerously high levels of wildfire smoke from thousands of miles away. From the gloom over Yankee Stadium to the smoky haze skirting our skyline. We could see it, we could smell it, and we felt it. And it was alarming and concerning. Last night at 10 p.m., the air quality index hit 218, a very unhealthy level. The levels of health concern, it really sent shockwaves throughout the entire city and this region. And this morning at 7 a.m., the air quality index was 174 in the Bronx, and will remain around that level for at least another day. But this is an unprecedented event in our city, and New Yorkers must take precaution.
This air quality event, which for a time yesterday gave us the worst air quality in New York City since the 1960s, presents real health risks. The fine particulate matter in the air can get into people's lungs, cause inflammation, and worsen conditions like asthma, chronic lung disease, or underlying heart conditions.
Probably didn't think I was going to talk about, but over the next couple days here in North Carolina, we could have some haze and smoke from the wildfires in Canada. Visible satellite does a great job of showing, you see kind of this grayish that you're not quite sure if it's clouds or what it is up in Ohio and Pennsylvania. That's some of the smoke from the wildfires. And our wildfire smoke forecast actually shows, as we pick it up tonight and then go throughout the day tomorrow, some of that could get blown over our area. Not only Tuesday, but also Wednesday, we could have some haze. Now, you're not going to go outside and see smoke like it's right next door, but a tinge of haze, a gray sky, maybe a hint of a smell of smoke is something that we could see. And on Wednesday, we could have some haze. Now, you're not going to go outside and see smoke like it's right next door, but a tinge of haze, a gray sky, maybe a hint of a smell of smoke is something that we could have some haze. Now, you're not going to go outside and see smoke like it's right next door, but a tinge of haze, a gray sky, maybe a hint of a smell of smoke is something that we could see. And on
all these videos of the New York sky, it looks orange outside, no one can breathe, people making jokes like, oh, there's a filter on New York, it looks like Mexico. I haven't seen one video of these Canadian wildfires. Not one. I looked on Google, online, Canadian news sites. All you see is, oh, it looks like this in New York, New Jersey. It's so crazy, no one can breathe. It's dystopian, it's the apocalypse. Where are the wildfires, bro? Oh, there's only bears up there in Canada, eh? No one's taking videos, eh? No one's up there taking, yeah, I'm sure they have helicopters and firefighter crews dumping water. I'm sure they would have videos of the wild. It's very suspicious. Plus, it doesn't smell like campfire, wood fire. It smells like some type of chemical fire, so as usual, something suspicious is going on. Go figure.